Okay, so I've been thinking about this for a while, and what I'm wondering is, are there subtle messages that luxury brands are telling us that is saying you're too poor to buy from us? Let's go ahead and get into the topic. Hey, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into this topic today. So first off, what I want to do is lay out a few things that I'm going to say are writings on the wall, my evidence in this court case that I'm presenting to you. And then I will get my thoughts at the end, and I want to hear your thoughts off as well. Okay, so first off, Neiman Marcus CEO was interviewed, and it's an article that I'll link down below, New York Post. 2% of their customer base spends or makes up 40% of their revenue. And this post was talking about how Neiman Marcus was receiving a lot of backlash for that statement. Also, a little sub bullet in this first piece of evidence that I'm giving you is in 2020, I didn't even know this till I saw the article. So Neiman Marcus Last Call, which if you don't know is an outlet, basically outlet version of Neiman Marcus. It's a reduced price Neiman Marcus where they sell items that come from Neiman Marcus, but also elsewhere too. Similar to concept of a Nordstrom Rack. So in 2020, they actually decided to close their Last Call stores. And it seems like one of the main reasons was because they weren't seeing the conversion from their Last Call to their full price retail stores. So maybe that was one of the goals of their Neiman Marcus Last Calls. I don't know. Somebody who knows the fashion business, let me know down below if you know that or not. But that's what it seems to be, and definitely is one of the reasons, if not maybe the only reason, they decided to close the Last Call store. Also, it probably feeds into this whole, if you're going to cater to the 2% that make up 40% of your sales, then you don't want them going to buy things on sale or be co-mingled with the people that buy things on sale. Next up, Chanel VIP only stores. So Chanel has moved into this VIP only, so where the creme de la creme of their customers get to shop versus having to stand out in those long lines that you all have seen pictures of or you all have actually stood in. That is also a thing there. So to be VIP, you have to spend a certain amount of money. And I'm pretty sure with this tier or the way it works, I am not a Chanel customer, so I don't know, but I'm just speculating that these VIP only stores are probably at a certain spend level. So they're probably the VIP of the VIP, not just the VIP. Too many letters. Okay, next up in this case, I'm going to lay out some more evidence for you. Prices for luxury handbags. If you have noticed, and it's not just Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Dior, where a lot of us will see in the luxury community, those price increases are covered. People are aggravated by it, and then they move on, buy it, and then there's another price increase. But even some of the lesser popular, like Ferragamo, like Todd's, who else am I thinking of? Their prices have gone up too, where it's few and far between that you are going to find a handbag for less than $2,000. Even my beloved studio from Ferragamo is now going for, I think, $3,500. Are you serious? $3,500, $2,500, and on up, and maybe $1,700 if you're lucky for a canvas piece. It's just mind blowing, the prices of these luxury handbags. And we're not even talking about the most popular brands. I know, I'm pretty sure I saw a Celine bag for $10,000, very close to $10,000. Okay, moving on, because I want this video to be short. Next up is going to be Saks getting into the personal styling suites. So Saks partnered up with, I was about to say Neiman Marcus. That would not work out. Saks partnered up with Marriott to do these styling suites. And I think there's going to be 10 locations that are going to be opening up. And so the goal is to open up these styling suites in resorts and location where there is not a Saks Fifth Avenue store presence. And if you think about it, only people that can really, really afford, like, you know, these 2% from Neiman Marcus type of people are going into these styling suites, because you're not coming out with just some lipstick. You're coming out with thousands of dollars worth of things. And that may only be two things, but they're going to probably cost you $10,000, $15,000. Okay, so next up is going to be, we'll get into that with my thoughts. Okay, so going over my general thoughts. Overall, you're seeing a lot of luxury brands push their way into this beauty space that you didn't used to see them into the beauty space. You're also seeing changes to some luxury products where it doesn't seem like they are being made, and I'm generalizing here. Overall, a lot of them are not being made in the same quality, using the same quality, using the same materials that they once were made. And it's not just Chanel, so it's other brands too. So don't just think about that one. There are other brands too where you're also seeing these differences. If that seemed like kind of the desired thing to get, and think those luxury bags used to cost $900, used to cost maybe $2,000 or $3,000 on the higher end, and where you're not finding bags at that price point anymore, it's going to be a point where a lot of us everyday people are not going to be able to afford these bags because they are moving further and further away, but the quality is going this way, which is odd. And it's all brands. Make me make that clear. I'm not singling out one. There are many brands that are doing this. So one thing that was interesting in the New Thinking article that I read was about the margins. So they were talking about how society right now, in some societies, we've gotten more casual with the way that we dress. And so the margins of a tracksuit, for example, like athleisure wear, the margins are higher for those pieces because it doesn't take the more detailed manufacturing process. It also, they are not having to use more expensive materials on a sweatpant or jogger suit versus a very nice suit or a pair of loafers. Sneakers you can glue together. Loafers you should not be gluing, you should be sewing them pretty much. And so if I make sneakers that I can use glue for to put together and sell it to you for $800, whereas that's how much I used to charge for my loafer, my margins in profit are higher with this more casual athleisure wear type of vibe that a lot more people are going after and is highly popular and has been popular for a long time now. So that is something to think about. Also, going back into, for example, the Neiman Marcus piece there, where a lot of people were upset with it. But at the end of the day, these companies are out to make money. They are not out here to be your friend. So when you see a decline in quality, but you see an increase in price, you have people who are going to, and I think any person, whether they are a millionaire or not, or a multimillionaire or billionaire or not, are going to think about price and quality. However, someone who it took longer for them to save for that item may think about it a little bit more than someone who it's a little bit easier to spend it. And it's not to say that people who have millions of dollars are not thinking about this quality, because a lot of times, they think about it harder and are more strict with their cash than other people are. So, but it's just to kind of say that I feel like it's more of an impact to me when I spend $2,500 on a piece and it's not what it should be, versus someone else that it may be a little bit easier to spend. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to make this quick. So I'm trying to give you the nuggets. But anyway, so all of that. Next up, I've also seen other people talk of one of those being Haya Glamazon, where she talked about Miss Sony, I think it was, a Moschino, where she went into the store and she noticed that the kind of attitude change or the perkiness of the sales associate changed when they realized that she wanted to buy ready to wear. A lot of these brands want to keep you in their funnel. Think about Hermes and how people go on this journey to buy all these other things to get the star item. Same way, a lot of these brands want you to stay in their funnel. They want you to buy houseware. They want you to not only buy the handbag, but they want you to buy the jewelry too. Like they want you to show that loyalty. And we've seen that with certain things with LV, the trunks. That wasn't what I wrote down, but I just thought about it, where they have the trunks now that if you buy, I think it's a certain trunk or just trunks period. I don't know. Someone let me know down below. But just because I'm going off the noggin here, when you buy a trunk, you have access to certain special pieces. And it's not that you're going to be able, it's not that you don't have to buy these pieces. Keyword is they're here to make money, but you have the ability to spend more money with them when you spend a lot of money over here. So all of that, I think, signals out, if you're not these people that can spend a whole lot, are they kind of doing the whole mean girl thing and basically eventually saying, you can't sit with us? Or how Regina George was when she would act like liked your item, and she would say, oh, that bracelet is really cool. Remember when she told the cheerleader that? She was like, oh my gosh, your bracelet is, no, her skirt. She was like, oh my gosh, your skirt is really cool. And then when the girl walked away, she was two-faced and fake and decided to say, oh, that's an ugly skirt. So it's the same thing where they're like, all they can afford is these shoes, so I don't really want to spend time on them. So that's just some food for thought. I want to know what you guys think. Leave those comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you so much for watching.